You know, some people might say the sort of thing, you know what I mean, with friends, where when you're truly in trouble, they're nowhere to be seen, are they? You may need somebody to just give you a reference or indeed a bit of support if you're feeling down, maybe a bit of shopping. But have you noticed the minute that they need something, there they are. Could you possibly, if you could spare the time, I'll drive you there, you know, the sort of thing. And we've all experienced those sort of friends. But if you're a celebrity, it can be a lot worse, let me tell you. Take this particular woman, for instance, Holly Willoughby. Now, Holly Willoughby, as you know, is the face of Marks and Spencer's and really had to take some time out for a terrible thing that happened to her regarding a alleged stalking situation that really escalated and took her off television, some might say. The other side of the coin, of course, is that, remember, Holly was embroiled in the ITV problem that was Qgate. And not only that, but the Philip Schofield scandal too. Apparently Holly had never seen this man that Philip had had, shall we say, relations with, but she couldn't remember. No, she didn't really necessarily know him. She knew he worked there a bit, but no, there was nothing, absolutely. Now, what's fascinating is over here right now, and I'm sure it's the same in your part of the world, some might suggest if you are a middle-aged guy, you've got to be very much on your guard, right? This is because, following on from the likes of the MasterChef guy, Greg Wallace, well, he was removed for inappropriate behaviour. And then, of course, recently we had the opera singer from the TV ads Go Compare, Wyn Evans, taken off the Strictly tour for, again, making a banter-style joke. Whether you agree with it or not, 4 or 5 years ago, this wouldn't have been an issue, but somebody clearly at the BBC decided that they didn't like Wyn Evans, and so they reported him, and now he's going legal, so you can see what this is like. But over here, right, we have another one, Gino D'Acampio, right, and he is the regular TV cook chef on Holly's old show called This Morning, and apparently he now has a plethora also of indiscreet allegations against him. I must point out, all of these people refute these allegations for legal reasons. But here's where it gets interesting, you see, because this is what I'm talking about, celebrity friends, chums, right? Now, as you understand, Holly just dumped Philip Schofield, you know, wiped him off, you know, said her piece on camera and thought she could keep a job. But ratings plummeted, and then suddenly, you know, even bosses thought this is not going to work. They needed a fresh start, so Holly stuck back for those reasons I mentioned previously. Now, what's fascinating here is Gino D'Acampio, as I say, nice guy, met him. The bottom line is ITV encouraged this sort of behaviour, him getting the wording wrong in his fake Italian voice, appearing on the set naked, making innuendos. That was all part of the job. They realised that they got ratings by doing that with him. They encouraged that character. He's nothing like that character off camera, but he knows this is what sells. He also is, of course, a host of the quiz show Family Fortunes and plays it up on that too. Now, he's not without blemish, clearly, you know, there's two sides to every story, but I would say that ITV should have come forward and said, well, you know, yes, this is the way we produce the show. It was a live show. If they didn't like what he was doing, why didn't they stop him and go to a break? You see how television works. But back to Holly. Well, has she come out and said, oh no, you know, he's a nice guy and I don't know where they are? No, absolutely zero. Right? And this is the fair weather friends that you have in television. Nobody wants to support you. Nobody thinks that, you know, they should get behind you until the path is smoothed out. Now, Holly, of course, has a brand new show, little watched now, over on a streaming giant because she decided that this was the way forward. This was her comeback. She is also on the ITV show Dancing on Ice, and she's already been told not to offer an opinion about this ongoing alleged allegation. But if you thought and you were working with Holly and you think that she's a friend to, well, Holly Willoughby, and that's about it. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.